what's going on, everybody? Yeah, so anyway, Monday, I took a load over to Wisconsin. And then I brought a load back to Indiana, and I went to Ohio, back to Indiana, back to Ohio. And now I'm up here to Michigan, and I do a load back to Ohio, back up to Michigan, and one home, and then I'll pick one up on Monday. But I want to talk about, the new guys over here. Everybody that has less than 6 months. You hear a lot of things on the Facebook pages and all that of guys not doing well, they're getting discouraged and things like that. Well, then when you talk to them, you find out that, they don't do their homework, which means, when you stop at night, during your breaks, when you're getting loaded, you need to be on that load board, and you need to be looking in the area you want to run. If you want to run a 5-state region, if you're on a regional, then you need to be looking at your whole region several times during the day when you stop, and all week long, every week, every day. And you need to keep a ledger, right? You need to write these loads down so you can see patterns. Kind of like connect the dots, right? That game. Well, you need to do that. And if you do your homework, and it might take you 1, 2, or 3 months to get it all down. And a lot of guys, they don't want to give it that kind of time. And so they quit. Well, they should give it the time. And another thing is they come in with higher expectations, and they set themselves a huge goal, that they got to make so much money per week, and and all this stuff. Well, when you do that, they set themselves up for failure, because when they don't hit those goals, then they get discouraged, right? They get mad, they start saying stuff, and so forth. And they give you plenty of tools here to be successful, right? There's tons of freight on the board. You can always stay busy. So the only failure is the driver, if he doesn't trip plan right, doesn't maximize his time right, and doesn't do his homework on where to take the loads. Okay, so do those few things, and you will be successful, right? If you do your homework, do your time management, even when loads cancel, it's no big deal. Just start over, right? And go on. And here's another thing: a lot of guys don't want to sacrifice. When you own your own business, you're going to have to sacrifice once in a while. And what does that mean? What's sacrifice mean? Well, it means if you want to be home every weekend, and there's some people that say, I'm home every weekend or I quit, right? There's some people that are like that. Well, that's not being realistic, because if you're going to own a business, sometimes you got to do what's right for the business. And that's called sacrificing. So if you come up to Friday and you don't make enough money, then you're going to work into Saturday and Sunday, and maybe Monday through until the next weekend. And if that's what it takes to make it successful, and until you learn the system, then you need to sacrifice. And a lot of guys won't do that. So in reality, they should never get into the business if they don't want to have some sacrifices. I know it's hard words and everything, but it's the truth. I've been doing this business a long time, and I made a lot of sacrifices. Trust me, a lot of sacrifices. But it's well worth it, right? Once you learn it, it's a good business. So now, I got good home time. I got everything. It's all balanced, so you can get there. It just takes a little time, a little patience, and you might have to sacrifice. So if you're married and all that, and you're going to come in, and this is for the guys that ain't even in it yet, right? If you're thinking about doing it, and this is where a lot of people mess up when you have family. Everybody has to be on board, okay? If you're the guy driving, or if you're the woman driving, doesn't matter. The spouse has to be 100% on board, because if not 100% on board, it's not going to work. Because when you go out there and you need to run that weekend, and that spouse says, "Oh no, I thought you were gonna be home," and and they're constantly on you about, you know, not making a home, well, that's going to, you know, get you discouraged, and, you know, then you start hating things and so forth. And once that starts going and snowballs, you know, it's pretty much a done deal. So, you know, make sure everybody's on board and set yourself up a plan, follow the plan. And, you know, if you have to sacrifice once in a while, then you just have to sacrifice. You know, you got to learn to accept that. And then, you know, once you get, you know, more knowledgeable and better at it, then, you know, the less sacrifice you have to do, and pretty soon it all works out. You don't have to, you know, do that anymore. So, you know, hope everybody has a good time out there, and be safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. See ya.